Well, we'll be live at the Brits tomorrow, but if you can't wait for that, we've got some more singing for you. Male voice choirs, to be precise. Apparently they're making a comeback and they are good for your health. I'm joined by Dominic Stitchbury, who runs the Chaps choir from Islington, and by Dr. Emily Falconer from the University of Westminster, who's been researching its impact on its members. Before we talk to them both, let's hear a bit of the choir in action.
Every little thing she does is magic. Every little thing just turns me on. Even though my life before was tragic, now I know my love for her goes on. I resolve to call her up 1,000 times a day.
Welcome both. Dominic, if I can start with you, why is it different singing with other people in a group in that way to singing on your own or singing in the shower?
It's a really great question. Being part of a community is a whole other thing. You turn up, you are singing in front of other people, you're showing yourself to other people, you're becoming part of a community. And I think in our sort of slightly atomised way of living, particularly in London, it's can be a different experience, a very positive experience for people to be part of that.
So it's good for the soul. Why is it good for your health as well?
Well, I think it's good for your health because, first of all, the kind of act of singing is actually very good for your health in terms of there's been numerous studies to say that what it does to your body in terms of relaxation, in terms of breathing, but also I think it can be good for your emotional and mental health because you are connecting with people through an activity. And of course, in a place like London where a lot of people are fragmented and you don't have much kind of everyday connection, going to an activity every week can provide a rhythm to your life, and that connection is very important as well.
Do you have to be good at singing?
I'm really glad you asked that question because the beauty about a choir and the rise of the community choir is that many people can, anyone in fact, could turn up and have a go at being in a choir. You can absorb the varying experiences of people. So my answer is everyone should give it a go.
They're not just good for you from what we've been hearing, but now they're getting to the top of the charts. You know, we saw the NHS choir from Lewisham getting to Christmas #1, so clearly everyone can be inspired by that and presumably find out if there's a local choir near you.
Yes, and there are a few sources online where you can find that out. There are probably thousands, I reckon, of groups or singing projects happening in the UK at this moment, and they're growing.
You spent some time with Chaps Choir. What did the members there tell you about what they personally get out of that experience?
Well, Chaps Choir was actually a very interesting case study into this because there are many choirs around. I'm in a choir myself, but what was interesting about the Chaps Choir was it was all male. It was an all male choir, and as Dom will tell you, there was sort of 60 members, and then another goodness knows how many on the waiting list. So there seems to be quite a demand for this all male space. And what the members of the Chaps Choir were saying, why it appealed to them so much was because unlike other all-male spaces, such as some places of the workplace or sports activities, the thing about the choir was that it wasn't a competitive space. So they would come along, it was actually the opposite of a competitive space in terms of winning. You had to blend, and if you stood out and had an ego, or some of them talked about this kind of macho ego which was left at the door, the thing about the choir is that you have to blend in with each other and voices have to blend, so it was a very non-competitive and very supportive space for
And
them.
before we let you go, you're supporting other people because you've got a big charity concert coming up. Just briefly tell me about that,
Yes, 29th of April, big gig at the Union Chapel, and we're supporting Calm, which is all about male mental health, and so there'll be a big event that night.
Dominic and Emily, thank you so much for coming to talk to me. Thank you.
Cheers.